Hey everyone, it's Sal here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. So today we're going to be talking about some perfumes that were saved from the declutter. I'm going to be telling you why I've decided to keep these ones in my collection even though I once planned on getting rid of them. Please let me know in the comments section if you guys have been in this same situation. Have you felt very strongly about getting rid of a perfume only to later decide to keep it? Let me know if you've ever experienced that. Also, let me know if you've ever had a regretful declutter. I definitely don't think I regret moving any perfumes on, but I am quite glad I kept these in my collection, if you know what I mean. But I don't really have any regretful declutters, but let me know if you have. Usually, by the time I actually move a perfume on, I'm totally done with it and I don't miss it or anything like that. But as it happens, today I am going to be talking about perfumes that I'm glad I kept. So without further ado, it's time to sit back, relax, get yourself a drink and a snack, and let's get started with today's video. So the first perfume I'm going to talk about today is Lindard from Givenchy, and I would say this is up there with the most, like I'm the most relieved that I kept this. I love this perfume basically. So the reason I considered getting rid of this one is because it's quite a sharp, strong, not obnoxious, but it's quite a sharp, bossy kind of scent, I suppose. The vetiver in here is fairly strong, I would say. I believe there's also patchouli. It has quite a rich, maybe even slightly earthy base to it. Like, it's quite a strong perfume. The notes themselves, you have your pear note, you have orange blossom, we have tuberose as well, which I would say you can smell those quite clearly and they're the most prominent to me, but this is a dark fragrance. This is quite deep to me because of the base notes. And that was the thing about this perfume that had put me off for quite a long time. I just found it a bit too sharp, actually, and it's very, very potent. So I wore this for a full day and I could still smell it so strongly by the end of the day. Initially, I thought it was too strong in a way, and then later on I sort of decided I quite liked that about it because it's quite nice to wear to work. I quite like wearing this one to work now because it does last the whole day. I don't have to top it up or anything like that. The number of times I wear fragrance to work and, you know, halfway through the day I can no longer smell myself. That happens all the time, you know, like it's kind of rare actually for a perfume to still be just as strong at the end of the day as it was in the morning. And this one, I can safely say that this one totally does that, you know. Even at the very, very end of the day, like I could be walking home after work, and I work really long days, and I'll be walking home and I can still get wafts of this perfume. Like it's not even a skin scent by that point, it's still actually projecting. So I don't even need to smell my wrist or anything like that, like it's still projecting. So yeah, it's super strong, it's kind of sharp, a bit bossy. And to me, this is just kind of a no-nonsense type of fragrance. It's kind of hard to explain, but I've decided I actually quite like wearing it to work. And you know, in addition to that, it does last all day. It's kind of rare to find that these days, I find. But anyway, so that's Lindard from Givenchy. I'm really, really glad I kept this. It's actually a really good perfume, like it smells really nice. It's a fantastic fragrance. So that's Lindard from Givenchy that I've decided just to keep in my collection. Next up today we have Girl of Now from Elie Saab, and thank goodness I kept this one. Seriously, it's so, so good. It smells to me like a syrupy, luxurious, nutty dessert. It reminds me of a baklava dessert. That's exactly what this reminds me of. It is delectable, it is beautiful, it is a fantastic gourmand fragrance. I'm really sorry about the background noise there, the gardeners are here again. But Elie Saab Girl of Now, it is a truly beautiful fragrance. I think the reason I wanted to get rid of it at the time was maybe because it was quite, maybe I found it a little bit sickly at times, like I found it quite like too sweet maybe. But it's definitely grown on me and now I really like that about it. It is very sweet, but I feel like it's just very tastefully done, if that makes sense. It doesn't smell, you know, sweet in a juvenile kind of way. It doesn't smell sweet in a cheap kind of way. It's very luxurious. It's kind of Yeah, nutty, like a nutty syrupy dessert. There's your orange blossom in here as well. I believe there's a cashmere in the base. This fragrance has a very velvety kind of texture to it as well. The dry down is lovely, and also the bottle itself is beautiful. I mean, this is one of my favourite bottle designs, with the little faceted glass here, the really thick heavy glass, you know, the amber juice and the blue petals. It's perfect. This bottle is perfect, you know. The cap is really nice. I like the way the cap goes on and off, and the atomizer is really lovely as well. So overall, this is a fantastic perfume. Oh my gosh, this perfume is incredible actually. If you enjoy your gourmand fragrances and you want to smell like a luxurious, nutty dessert, then why have you not tried this? Seriously, it's so good. I'm so glad I kept hold of it. I feel like it was just a moment of madness really when I considered moving this one on. I was just, I wasn't loving it at the time and I didn't really give it a chance. I just sort of decided last minute that it was going to be a declutter, but I'm so glad that it ended up staying because now I really appreciate it. Absolutely stunning fragrance, you guys. So that's Elie Saab, Girl of Now. Next up today we have Guerlain Sparkling Bouquet. Now, I sort of wanted to move this one on because I prefer the original Mon Guerlain and the Intense, which I do. I do prefer those fragrances by far. This one is nice, but because I preferred the original and the Intense, I felt like there wasn't really a place for this one in my collection. However, I've had a think about it. This fragrance is much lighter than the original Mon Guerlain. It also has a very well done pear note in here, which almost has a cooling effect in my opinion. So with all of the really warm days we've had this year, I feel like it's worth keeping in my collection. You know, summer's going to come around again next year, and to be honest, even now we still have warm days now, even though we are into September. So on those really warm stuffy days when I don't want to wear a heavier fragrance, this one will come in handy. So that's why I've decided to keep this one, especially for, you know, next year. I think I mentioned in a previous video that I didn't have the patience to hold on to it for until next summer and things like that, but I think I just will for now anyway. This room can get very, very warm, and actually on days like that, when it gets warm in here for my filming, this would be a good perfume for me to wear, even in that kind of situation. So yeah, you guys, from that point of view, I am going to be keeping this one in my collection. It smells really, really nice. I don't want to give you the wrong idea, you know, like this actually is a very nice perfume, but the only thing for me was just the fact that I prefer the original Mon Guerlain Eau de Parfum and the Intense versions so much that this one kind of fell short. So that's why I was going to get rid of it, but I do think it will come in handy for those really warm, stuffy days. So that is Mon Guerlain Sparkling Bouquet. Next today we have Kim Kardashian by Kim Kardashian. Now, this fragrance has kind of been on and off, you know, in and out the declutter category basically in my mind. I have been on the fence with it for a long time, you know, one day I really want to get rid of it, the next day I decide to keep it. It's kind of on and off really, but for now I have decided just to keep it because it's just such a good perfume, especially for the price. To me, this is one of the best affordable perfumes I've ever tried. I mean, I can't remember exactly how much money this cost me, but it was around about, I'm pretty sure it was well under £20. It was ridiculously cheap, actually, considering it's a 100ml bottle. The perfume doesn't smell cheap. This perfume actually smells designer quality to me. It's on par with Gucci Bloom. It's very, very similar to Gucci Bloom, to give you like a reference point. This fragrance to me, it's extremely heady. It's a heady, loud white floral perfume basically. Very, very creamy, smooth, heady, loud white floral fragrance. I believe there are some spices in here, there are some woody notes in the base, but to me, predominantly, it's the white florals that I can smell. So I believe there is gardenia, there is tuberose, and also some jasmine. So they're kind of the main players that I can detect. Very, very smooth, creamy, very womanly to me, kind of almost slightly mature. This isn't really a youthful, like this doesn't smell like a youthful bubbly fragrance. This smells more opulent, more mature, things like that. Confident as well, quite loud actually. And it's a really fantastic perfume, like it's just so good. And I've decided to keep it in my collection, you guys. It smells very, very nice. There's something almost kind of luxurious about how this smells as well. It kind of reminds me of a garden, you know, full of fresh blooming white florals. It's very fleshy as well, like very, very fleshy, kind of realistic as well. Just a fantastic perfume, you guys. I mean, I can't believe how cheap you can purchase this for. Like, it's extremely good value, seriously, and it doesn't smell cheap. You know, this actually doesn't smell cheap. If you're wanting a cheaper alternative to Gucci Bloom, actually, I would check this one out. Or if you're just a fan of these super loud, heady, white floral perfumes, definitely give this one a try. I would maybe even say that it's blind buy worthy just because of how affordable it is, and you're gonna get a huge 100ml bottle. And if you know that you love white floral perfumes, then I do think you would probably like this one. So that's Kim Kardashian from Kim Kardashian. And last up today, we have Aphrodisiac by Ann Summers. This perfume is probably the oldest in my whole collection, to be honest with you. I purchased this many years ago, and it still smells just as good as when I first bought it. So I really couldn't decide whether to move this one on or not. It does have some memories attached to it, kind of, because I brought it on holiday with me a number of years ago. And overall, like, it is just a good perfume. Like, it smells good. It was very affordable, and it smells more expensive than it is, you know. And one of the main reasons why I kind of decided just to keep this one is because you can no longer get this style of bottle. Like, you can still buy this fragrance, but it's in a new packaging. Like, they've kind of changed the bottle a little bit, and you can't really get this old style of bottle anymore. So if I moved it on, I would never be able to get this same style of bottle again. So, you know, I thought, why not just keep it in my collection? I might as well, you know. So I'm gonna keep this one. It's sort of a keepsake more than a fragrance that I would actually regularly wear. I never really wear this one anymore. To be honest, if I was gonna go on holiday or something like that, this is a fragrance I would maybe take with me again, because I don't know, it's just one of those fragrances. I'm not overly precious about it, but I do think I will keep it, if that makes sense. So that's Aphrodisiac from Ann Summers, a fragrance I've had for years, the oldest in my collection, and it's going to stay. So there we have it, you guys. Those are the fragrances that were in the declutter category that I have since decided just to keep. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I look forward to chatting with you guys in the comments section. If you enjoyed today's video, then I'm going to have some other videos pop up on the screen here that you may also enjoy watching. Take care, and I'll see you very soon on my next video. Bye!